Happy Friday. It's time for me to do my weekly reading wrap up. I listened to The Perfect Host by Heather Gutenkopf. This publishes on November 4th. I enjoyed it overall. I gave it like a 3.75 stars. It's definitely a domestic thriller, very similar to, or like kind of same vibes as The Housemaid. It's rich people behaving badly. So it wasn't my favorite. I previously read The Overnight Guest by Heather, which I really enjoyed. This one's definitely not as good as that, but still good. Like I said, I gave it 3.75 stars. I DNF'd The Irresistible Urge to Fall for Your Enemy. Guys, I couldn't do this. Not the fact that it is like fan fiction from She Who Must Not Be Named, but the fact that they make so many sex jokes and really immature ones, in my opinion. And I just can't get past that. Like, you can make one or two, but it just kept going. And I was like, I can't do it. I think I probably got like 40% in, and I was like, no, I'm done with this. I also read Long Island Compromise. I did really enjoy this. I gave this a solid 4 stars. It was very different from what I was expecting, but I enjoyed it overall. I thought each of the characters were incredibly unlikable, and that's absolutely on purpose. And so it was interesting to kind of read about all of their drama. At first, I was reading it and I was like, what in the crap did I get myself into? But as it went on and I got different POVs, I ended up enjoying it more. I also finally read 7 Days in June by Tia Williams. I have previously read A Love Song for Ricky Wilde, which I adored. I don't think I liked this one as much, but I did enjoy it. I'm not sure that I was expecting it to have like such a modern feel to it because A Love Song for Ricky Wilde has like time jumps in it. I really liked that element, but I didn't necessarily get that in here. So I didn't like it quite as much, but I still enjoyed it overall. I gave it 4 stars. I also read Monstrilio, and I read this one so quickly. I finished it, started and finished it in a day. It was wild. I really enjoyed it. I really liked that it just like jumped right in, and it was just not going where I expected it to at all. And I really liked it. I expected it to be like all about the growing of the lung, like from piece of tissue to toddler-ish thing. I mean, you can see that there. And I thought like that was where and then it's going to be like this, there's this like monster thing here. And it's so much more than that. It's really a modern Frankenstein. And I just loved it. I thought it was great. I also read Blackfish City. I actually had started this a couple weeks ago, read half of it for book club, and then finished the second half this week for book club. I don't know that I liked this. I think I would like it better on a reread. In fact, Hannah, our book club leader, said the same thing. I don't know that I'm going to give it another read, but it was interesting. It's dystopian. It's has a lot of like I think indigenous references or kind of undertones to it. So for that, I liked it. I just thought it was a little bit muddled. So I only gave it 2.5 stars. I also listened to Whack Job, A History of Axe Murder, and that was very interesting. A quick little listen. It's not super long. If you're interested in axe murder, if you're interested in like true crime, it talks about the Velisca case. It talks about Lizzie Borden, how and why like axe murder is a thing and why people reach for that and how it's kind of fallen away with modern tools or weapons. And I just thought it was really interesting, a nice little like non-fic palate cleanser. I also listened to Door of Bruises, which is the fourth book in the Thorn Chapel series by Sierra Simone. It was way too long for what it needed to be, and ultimately like by this time in the series I just didn't care what happened to like the fantasy elements of it, so I only gave it 2.75 stars. I read and listened to The Mad Wife by Megan Church, and this is another one that I read, like started and finished it in a day. I really enjoyed it. It reminded me of The Devil and Mrs. Davenport, but I think this was much more like psychological thriller, where that one has some fantasy-ish elements to it, or magical realism, I guess. This one was very interesting. I was not expecting the twist. I really enjoyed it. I am looking forward to reading other books by Megan Church if they're any similar style or story. And I also listened to The Hollow Places by T. Kingfisher, which I enjoyed as well. I've recommended this one as a liminal horror before when I was giving like rec list videos, and I really enjoyed it for that. It was definitely spooky. I don't know that I've read like kind of pure horror from T. Kingfisher before. I've read a lot of their fantasy. I've read a lot of their fantasy, so to get like pure horror was really interesting. I thought it was very well done, very fast paced, and I enjoyed it. So I gave that one 3.75 stars overall. My current reads include Imaginary Friend by Stephen Chbosky, Sword Crossed by Freya Marksy, Erasure by Percival Everett, which, by the way, I'm about 50% through Erasure. And one, it's very good at making me uncomfortable. I know it's satire. I have to remind myself that it's satire because if it wasn't, I would be concerned. And two, it also was like really, really hard to get into at first because it jumps into him reading this like very academic paper that I'm like, what in the hell are you even saying? But so far, I'm enjoying it since I got over that. I'm also reading The Bright Side of Christmas, which is Morgan Elizabeth's new book. I'm going to post a review of this. I'm really enjoying it so far. And I'm reading Hazelthorn by C.G. Drews. So I have a lot in process. I'm hoping to finish some of them up this weekend and hopefully not start any new ones until that list is down to 0. I also wanted to add that I have just converted from Goodreads to Storygraph. So if you want to be friends on Storygraph, go request to be friends or follow me and I will follow you back. I'm the same handle, Emma Reads 0911 on Storygraph. I'm really liking it so far. It's taken me a little bit to like figure out how to find stuff, like just my list of what I read, but so far I'm enjoying it and I'm happy to be away from Goodreads and the Zon as a whole.